Good morning, church. Good morning, Pastor Louis. Today is an unusual day, a day that you've decided to retire. Wow. You have faithfully served Kincaid Baptist Church for a number of years, and I believe on a couple of occasions even. You have always been there for me, your director of missions, anytime I needed you. You put in extra hours just to be by my side and help me and support me, and I appreciate that so much. You have been such a great help to Capital City Baptist Association and now Heartland Baptist Network, and I thank you for that. You have had a unique ministry. No one has had a ministry quite like you. You have had the opportunity to visit people in their homes and in the hospital. You have counseled people, and at times you've cried with them. You've rejoiced with them. You have been what a pastor is supposed to be. You have led people to Jesus, and they have grown under your care, under your discipleship. Wow, you have that one ministry is like no other, and I thank you for being who you are. But I assure you that if it's up to me, your ministry days are not over. I pray when you get back from your trip that you will be willing to be a supply preacher and maybe take an interim or two to help Heartland Baptist Network and help me as well.
Evelyn White, my mother, and my name is Marcia Jett, and we have a story, or she has a story, and I'm going to read it for her about Louis and Linda and how they've met. And this is a story, and we believe that most of this is true for the most part. The Three Musketeers was what I called Louis Coons, Johnny Lavin, and David Thresher. I think Christine, my daughter, called them the Three Crooks. They were always together, having fun and getting into mischief. They did enjoy dancing, dating, and teasing all the girls. Louis played the field, and no girl came up to his high expectations. He wanted them to be young, beautiful, smart, and in love with no one but Louis Coons. He didn't want a dumb blonde, just someone who thought Louis Coons was cool, and God gave to him. Later, Louis, John, and David found out what God's gift really was. They accepted Jesus and followed him with all their heart. Each of them planned to serve Jesus. Louis planned to be a pastor. John became a clown for Christ and served as a missionary. I think even David tried to be like his brother Doyle and preached for a time. David got married. John married a sweet Mennonite girl and was very happy. As Louis' Sunday school teacher, I wanted the best for him. A nice girl named Annie Oakley joined our class. She was studying nursing. Any good Sunday school teacher would know a preacher, missionary, could use a nurse to help him in his work. So, what did a good Sunday school teacher do? She planned a party so Louis and Annie Get Your Gun could meet Louis. I don't know why I called her that, at least never to her face, or anyone else could hear me, but in my mind, she was always Annie Get Your Gun. Excuse me. Maybe her last name was Gunn. No, it was Oakley. She didn't meet all of Louis' requirements, but she was smart. What man really knows what he needs? He needs help. So I had the party that evening. A girl named Patty and her sister Linda showed up. They were in that Sunday school class. I was always glad. I was glad that I invited them both because they always made everything so much fun. Well, but I didn't know is that there would be competition now. What a mistake. After I introduced Louis to Annie, I think he said something like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And then, boom, he walks over and starts talking to Linda. She was beautiful, young, and smart. Very smart. She didn't say very much. She just smiled and sort of fluttered her lovely eyes. Louis kept looking. Linda kept smiling and doing that thing with her eyes. Louis was caught. He couldn't help himself. He was hopelessly in love. It was a good thing because Linda was too. Evidently, God has more sense than any dumb Sunday school teacher. Well, hoping to give Annie a chance, I made sure we played games. Of course, some of my favorites for matchmaking. One was Winkum. The girls sat in a chair, and the boys would stand behind them. There would be one empty chair. The boy behind the empty chair was the winker. He would wink at someone, and they would jump up out of their chair and try to rush off to the empty chair before being tapped on the shoulder. I don't know who Linda was sitting in front of at the beginning, but she finally ended up at Louis' chair. Once she got there, she couldn't leave because every time the winker winked at her, Louis tapped her shoulder before she could get away. So, then I tried another one of my favorites, musical chairs. During the game and when the music stopped, somehow Louis and Linda were always trying to get into the same chair. Well, my last resort was truth or consequences. When it was Louis' turn to come up, the leader gave Louis the choice of truth or consequence. He chose consequence. The leader said he had to hug someone he really liked or admired. Well, you know what happened. It wasn't Annie. After that, I gave up my matchmaking degree. But it all worked out for the best. God always knows the best, that God has a better plan. I'm glad Louis listened to God and not my matchmaking skills. Annie Get Your Gun did meet Delmer Copeland at that party, and they also fell in love and got married without my help. The end.
I watched Louis and Linda's ministry for many years. I remember the kind of good homes both of them came from. I remember teaching them in seminary extension classes, seeing them as they've gone through college and then on to seminary. And after seminary, Louis came back to help establish the New Life Baptist Church. And to begin a new church, both of them had to have commitment and strength and knowledge and a lot of fortitude to do the work. Since then, I've watched his ministry as he served Kincaid Baptist Church and has not only ministered himself, but has helped to train younger men to serve in ministry also. Now he's changed some of the direction of his life. Retirement opens up a new chapter. He'll not quit serving the Lord, but he'll serve him in a slightly different capacity. It'll be a joy for him as he sees the results of a lifetime of ministry, serving Christ and making a difference in people's lives. Louis, Linda, we're proud of you both.